Hello and welcome. Today we're going to continue our Let's Defend run through. We're working through the backlog. Today's December 3rd, 2020, and we're going to start on working through the backlog of stuff from October 2020. So, very first one we're going to be starting with is SOC105 EventID 20. This is another threat intel detection that was allowed. Looks like Linux machine used wget to hit a Python file from GitHub. Well, go ahead and take ownership. I've already copied the materials over. And the full setup.py. I've taken the exact location of the hit, dumped it into VirusTotal, refreshed it as I believe it was a event or scan that was over a month old. Still shows up as entirely clean. I've pulled it up and taken a look, and it looks like it's just an upgrade for Django using Python 2.7. I don't see anything that looks like this is actually malicious, but let's go through. So we are looking for which workstation did this. Source IP 172.16.20 and 4. Which is exactly right there, which leads to 151, 101, 112, 113. And just for completion's sake, we'll run that IP address through Talos. It's a Fastly address. Would have really figured it would have been a GitHub. Take a look at the raw again. Raw GitHub user content.com, and I'm fairly certain that is actually business and industry. Oh, it's protected like it would. Okay, tech organization, GitHub Incorporated. Okay, so that is verified then. Let's take a look at the endpoint. Git server. An Ubuntu box, much like what we would expect. No browser history, command history. wget help, wget the actual, yeah. Okay, so it looks like someone's just trying to go through and do that. Top, Python 3. Well, for consistency's sake. Okay, wget looks legit. Python 3, again through VirusTotal. These are all 2-day-old scan results, and they don't reveal anything. Okay, so let's look at the actual threat intel page. This comes all the way down to domain raw.githubusercontent.com, so that was put in on the 14th. It's got a rating for spam, anonymous. It's got an extremely low score. Realistically, in a case like this, we would just mark this off as a false positive and probably see if we can just get this removed. But we've got to work inside the threshold of this platform. So let's go through the playbook. non-malicious. And we'll go ahead and close it. I did go back and refresh my memory on previous investigations. Um, Even though it's not what you would consider a malicious hit, it's still going to end up being a true positive because it was a detection that relied on the threat intel, even though the threat intel in this particular case is wrong. Bad threat intel. Traffic was non-malicious. Close the alert, and we'll take a look and see as to how well we scored. Wow. Okay, so apparently this is not one of my finer works. This is just like the last threat intel. SOC105 event 16. That had marked it as a false positive, and they marked me off. Figured I'd learned my lesson from that one. Well, at least I got the aspect of it being, not being malicious. Oh. Yeah, I'll have to go back through and see as to whether or not this warrants an actual follow-up from everything. But, so there we go. SOC 105, Event 20.